Hi guys, good morning from London. The S&P it's up at the moment. Certainly from where it started the day. We had a big push down lower, flushed almost towards 3,200, and we have bounced considerably from there. Currently up 60 points, give or take, from that low. The earnings last night disappointed. So much was expected from the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Amazons, and they just disappointed a touch on that. Let's have a quick look at some of the levels going into the last trading day of the week then. Obviously the most notable one here is going to be this 32.17 area, the support that we got at the back end of September. Below there, just be aware that it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have a quick flush down. There is a bit of support coming in around 31.79. To the upside, I mean, look, for me to be comfortable saying it's an opportunity to go long, for me, I think that the bears will be happy to see price as long as it's below 33.50. At the moment, intraday, you might get a bit of a rally through to that point if we can get above 3300. So those lows that we had from the 30th of September, 2nd of October. Lowering that down to a shorter time frame here is bringing in those the pivot points. You can see that is a fair way away from coming in, but 3,300 above that, I wouldn't be too surprised to see it push. But you've got to ask yourself, are people going to want to hold risk over the weekend, especially with the election looming large? So I'd be looking for opportunities to sell as long as we reject 3,300. The Nasdaq almost hitting that 100-day moving average. Similar move you can see started last night from this earnings push after the close of the market. And it really did come down quite strongly from up at the highs initially on some of those first reactions. We actually pushed high to low, 3.6% in the Nasdaq, which is a pretty insane move. However, from that low, it's up 1.66. The Nasdaq intraday, there's some areas to be aware of, much like the 3,300 level for the S&P. For Nasdaq, for me, that's sort of 11,300 intraday, where I could see a bit of a run higher if that is to be broken. But I still like the idea that we're going to sell off into the close, just as people don't necessarily want to hold risk. The dollar, the euro really battling around the 116.76s. Keep a watch on that. If that goes, the low of the week could well come in. But of course, we do have some more important levels just a bit below there. You can see it's still marked up the 25th of September low at 116.32. So that would be an obvious target if that was to break through. To the upside, got to be always thinking about this. At the moment, you've got the bears that are in control, but a short squeeze could lead to a big push to the upside. So above this region, let's just call it 117 for safe measure on the futures. If we are to get above X, then you could well start to see a further run higher. At the moment, it's holding those lows okay. Let's just keep a watch to see what happens there, because a break of that level, you might well get a flush down. The pound, much like the euro this morning, was undecided on where it wants to go, but we have had almost that short squeeze here. And you can see what happens when you break those similar levels. Get resistance, breaks through, and that leads to that push to the upside. As a level goes of resistance, where it's trading now is pretty important, so keep a watch on this for any cable traders. The next level to the upside, 130.24. Where we finish the week here for the pound will be super important going forward from a technical point of view, but ultimately ahead of that election, it's quite hard to call a long-term direction. But that said, once we broke 130, this would obviously be that target point down at 128.81. That's been hit. Quick wrap up on gold. Keep a watch, 1850. Can we get there for the close of the week? I actually do like a long from there from a personal point of view. Those who want to be a bit safer, I would say getting in long above 1900 could be the play. If you think there's more dollar strength to come, then obviously you're looking for a breakdown of 1850, and there's certainly some targets back from July as well, and of course 1900 could offer a good level of resistance. Hope you all have a great weekend. We're doing an election preview tonight, so hopefully you can watch that, and I'll catch you next week.